And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
And we're coming to you live from the Billy C studio in Lake George, New York. I'm Bill Calogero, and it's time for our daily Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down for Monday, April 30th in the year 2012. We got a couple of thumbs up, thumbs downs based on the stuff that took place in the sport of professional boxing over the weekend. Thumbs up. We start off with our thumbs up. Thumbs up goes to Paulie Malignaggi for his knockout victory over Visenchenko on Sunday in the Ukraine. A lot of people, including myself, thought that Paulie Malignaggi is done. He's finished. Put a fork in him. We were all wrong, and Paulie proved us wrong by not only beating Visenchenko in his home country, but he knocked him out to boot, busted him up pretty bad. That sets up a world title defense because, by the way, it was for a world title. Paulie Malignaggi is now the WBA World Welterweight Champion, and that sets up a potential return home to Brooklyn at the Barclays Center in October to kick off that boxing future, I should say, of the Barclays Center. They claim that they're going to have boxing events there on a monthly basis, and we could be seeing Paulie Malignaggi there first. So looking forward to that. Thumbs up to Paulie Malignaggi and his KO victory over Visenchenko on Sunday. Thumbs up goes to Denis Grachev for staying focused and sticking with his game plan and not giving up. And as a result, he comes up with a spectacular knockout over Ismail Salika on Friday night's fights. You know, I was watching that fight at one of our places, the Halftime Bar and Grill, with downtown Leona Brown. We do a weekly Friday night fights. We give prizes away and all that kind of stuff. And downtown Leona Brown said to me, hey, man, you know, this Salika has got this fight under control. I hate when fighters just, you know, pussyfoot around and they're trying to get in rounds. They should just get the fight over with, move on to another fight. And as she's saying this, we both watched Salika lose some gas and ultimately get knocked out. And she got to say, I told you so. So thumbs up for Denis Grachev. Thumbs up for Chad Dawson for beating Bernard Hopkins. You know, I don't ever want to see Bernard Hopkins again. I give a thumbs up for Chad for winning. However, you know, I give him more of a thumbs up to his corner, specifically John Scully. John Scully, you know, he completes to me what appears to be a very solid team. Chad Dawson, John Scully, and the rest of the crew. I think we're going to see Chad Dawson get to that level that we all thought he was already. But I think that we're going to see better things from Chad. My only knock on his performance was that he didn't listen to John Moore. He should have let his hands go. He was not tired. And I think that if he lets his hands go during that fight, that he puts Bernard Hopkins on the canvas, possibly knocks him out. So thumbs up for Chad, but more thumbs up for John Scully. And finally, my last thumbs up goes to Harold Letterman, who came up with the classic quote, and I can't agree with him more. When he refers to Bernard Hopkins, he says, you can't win by putting your head down and yelling charge. And you know what? That puts it in perspective, Harold. I give you, my man, a thumbs up because that's all B-Hop does, in my opinion. Thumbs down for Jim Lampley's inability to call a fight without leaning and relying on his stupid CompuBack stats. He's become a commentator that bases his thoughts and his call on those stats. What happened to the Jim Lampley that we used to watch that used to actually use his own mind to dictate, or to not dictate, but to use his own mind to communicate what's going on with the fight in front of him to us as his audience, instead of waiting for the stupid CompuBack stats to come up, and then he comments on why the fighters that the stats are showing is winning. Jim Lampley's losing it. I think his time has come and gone, as is the case with Larry Merchant. It's time to make some wholesale changes on HBO. Thumbs down goes to Bernard Hopkins. And despite him giving credit to Chad Dawson at the post-fight conference, he still cried, I was robbed. He said at best he thought this was a draw. Come on, man. Bernard Hopkins, you know, I hope I never see him again at all. in the ring, outside the ring, behind the mic, on TV, in the street, at the store. I don't ever want to see him again. I wish he had a little hole he could just go crawl into. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I don't know if there's anyone out there that gives a crap about Bernard Hopkins, and for that matter, I don't know if they ever did. Our latest poll question has 89% of you who have filled it out said that Bernard Hopkins is not worth the price of a ticket, let alone a pay-per-view. 11% say he is. I think that speaks volumes right there. The bottom line with Bernard Hopkins is I wish he would have been knocked out, because then maybe he would have realized that his career is over. I predict he's going to be back. Thumbs down to Bernard Hopkins. Thumbs down for Ismail Salika for taking too much time in his fight on Friday night. He acted like it was all routine and not taking his opponent out early, which it seemed like he could have. The result was a KO loss. You can't trudge around and walk around and think about putting rounds in the bank and, working on this and working on that. When you're in a fight, when it's not sparring, get your guy out of there if you can. If he tried and he couldn't, more credit goes to Grouchov. Thumbs down for Ismail Sikla. And finally, thumbs down again for UTEP, the El Paso politicians, and Top Rank for dragging this issue out, man, to have the fight, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. against Andy Lee at the Sun Bowl Stadium on the property of UTEP. Listen, either have it there or have it in Houston. Let's make a decision now. I'm sick of hearing this saga. It's worse than a soap opera. It really is. It's worse than that. And I, for one, am sick of it. Thumbs down to UTEP, the El Paso politicians, and Top Rank. Hey, man, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down for Monday, August 30th. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for what we got cooking for thumbs up, thumbs down. Ciao, baby.